What is going on, governors? Chisgule here, and today we're going to migrate to a new kingdom. We're going to review all the sweet new stuff that came in this patch, and there's some cool stuff they didn't put in the patch notes. There's new equipment. Holy moly, somebody's fighting right underneath me. Chill. We're making a video, all right? Whew. And we're going to migrate to this new kingdom, 1075. We're on our way. We got to go. We realized we're over-optimizing for having the two events line up. My wife's pregnant. It could happen anytime. I gotta go. I gotta go to this new kingdom before I disappear from the face of the earth for like 3 days. So, 3 days. I like how I think that's only going to be 3 days of crazy. So, let's review all the sweet stuff in this patch, starting with the gear, y'all, because the gear is interesting. Didn't expect it. New weapon. Part of a set. It's a gathering set. That thing you needed at epic tier gear. A gathering set. It took me like a month to accumulate enough stuff to make a piece of epic gear. So if I wanted to make this gathering set, which has 4 pieces of gear, and, siege unit stats, this is going to take me a solid 4 months. So that's a long-term project I don't see myself doing soon, but maybe long-term, don't know where it comes from. Make blueprints is all I got here. I got nothing. Helmet, boom. Sweet-looking helmet, except the stats, gathering helmet. Part of the set. Probably not something I'm going to craft. We will craft this before we migrate because we've got to spend that gold, y'all. We got G's. They got to go. They can't come with us to our new kingdom. Next up, boom, legendary chest piece and an epic chest piece. The Milky Way. I don't know how I feel about commander experience on a legendary piece of gear. I feel like that's going to take you so long to craft. By the time you get the pattern and you craft it, you're not going to care about experience anymore. I would prefer if those were combat stats. That said, 6% cavalry health and 6% archer health is pretty solid. If I was investing in a legendary piece of gear, this is the one that I think is better to be investing in anyways. So this is an entrant into the game, but it's sort of a non-entrant because I probably wouldn't make it as it stands. Continuing on, Robe of the Forest Guardian. It sounds so, I feel like an elf, just like walking through the forest. Whatever, gathering set. I'm not going to make it. Bunch of epic gear, but looks cool. Next up, gloves. Wolverine gloves, the better to gather you with. Claws of the Forest Guardian. Pretty sweet. Gathering speed. Again, epic tier gear. Probably not going to make that until I'm like 4 or 5 months down the road. Would I consider it? Where does it come from? Couldn't tell you. But it's cool that they're showing it anyways. Next up, boom, 2 new legendary legs. Not 1, but 2. Let's look at them. First up, Ash the Dawn, cavalry health and infantry health. And then also commander experience gain. I'm probably not crafting this. Why? Because for legendary materials, I'd rather craft this right over here, which has more combat stats. And I'm all about the combat stats when I'm making legendary gear, unless they make it easier to get gear, and we can talk about that in a second. What's in the feet? We got Shio's Return. I wonder if these are all Easter eggs about who their developers are. Anyways, 5% infantry defense, 5% archer health. Cool. These are actually super good. These become just straight up 100% best in slot infantry and archer gear. So if you're rocking cavalry, you'd use Windswept. Infantry or archers or leadership or garrison, and you're rocking Shio's Return. And honestly, it's a reasonable cost to craft this compared to other legendary pieces of gear. Of course, we're looking at 40 legendary gear pieces for 10% of stats versus 60% of gear pieces for 15% of stats. So it's the same difference, but this one's a little easier to make because it's only 2 troop types that benefit. And, ooh, oh my gosh, gathering speed. Epic tier gear. Epic gathering speed. So if you want to gather, like, I don't know how much faster. We got 10% over here, and we're up to 16%. We're up to 24%. We're up to 32%. So if you want to gather, 42% faster? I mean, that's legit. You send that to the resource gathering center for your alliance. You can get some stuff. That's enough review of gear. There's so much more to look at here. in the city hall. You want to know what's coming for Thanksgiving? Love and thanks. It's like Valentine's Day and Thanksgiving are having a holiday together, and there's a turkey right on top of the whole thing. There it is. Boom. Is this a skin I would use? Probably not. There's a pumpkin that says love. Oh my gosh. Archer defense increase 5%. Infantry defense decrease 5%. This is a fine skin to use if you care about archers and also use cavalry and don't care about infantry. Or if you're all in on the siege unit plan, this skin is not... it works. It doesn't benefit you, but you could use it if you wanted. Whatever. I'm going to stick with the skin I got, and I still think this is legit one of the coolest skins in the game, followed by this one right over here, original Halloween skin. Gosh darn it, I'm putting it on. It's so cool. Let's continue on. There's more to find. In fact, we need to go back over here because you better believe, bada boom, we have Thanksgiving dinner. Winner, winner, Thanksgiving dinner. That's the way that phrase goes. And this is a bundle. It's an item included in certain bundles. So there you go. We're going to get this thing from a Thanksgiving bundle. That's where it's going to come from. Spoiler alert. Heading up into the avatar frames. Do we have any goodies here? Any hidden delights? Oh, indeed we do. Wings of Tassi. What is this? Obtained by playing the Rise of Arenas. Ooh, we got to make a whole video about this now. What is that? And March With Me limited time events. Y'all, I'm just saying, stuff's coming into the game, and it's right there. Also, it looks pretty friggin' sweet. And, Thanksgiving dinner. Winner, winner. All right, I made that joke already. So there are some of the cool things that came into the game with this patch. You probably noticed VIP shop reset. Get back in there. Buy a bunch of good stuff. You should be buying AP potions. You should be buying those sweet speed ups over here. You should probably be buying those gold stars. There might be other things you're looking at. And if you're VIP 16, well, you can get level 4 material choice chests. Now, these cost a pretty 1,200 glimmering gems, and that feels expensive to me. An epic is a combination of 4 blue pieces of gear. Pieces of gear can be obtained from the mysterious merchant in the courier station, and those will run you like 240 gems, but you don't get to pick the piece of gear. 1,200 gems is very expensive for what you're getting. I'm just going to spend down my resources because I can't take them with me anyways. I'm inclined to not buy the gear from the VIP shop. It just feels kind of overpriced to me for what you're getting. It does accelerate you, but all in all, I feel kind of good about it. For the big spenders, like, sure, they get a little acceleration, like, fine. But it doesn't put big spenders so far ahead of everybody else that it, like, is scary or terrifying. Like, we're talking about 2 epic pieces of gear a week for 1,200 gems. That doesn't feel all that catastrophic to me. In fact, gosh darn it, let me go do the math and see, like, how many speed ups is that the equivalent of buying? Hold on. Okay, so I did some napkin math. I don't know if this is actually right, but it's almost like getting 3 days worth of speed ups if you buy the piece of epic gear, which that actually does seem better to me than I had thought. But I still feel the same way that I feel about it generally, which is that the spenders can spend and they're really not getting that far ahead from everybody else. Like, this is fine. I think this is fine. I'm not concerned about it. I was a little concerned. Let's do a 100 gem refresh because my resources won't come with me. Just spend all the things that cost resources. Cool. We're just going to give away the rest of those resources. Anywho, there you have it, my friends. Those are the things contained in this patch. But now it's time to migrate. Now it is time to migrate. Now, you know what? This video is already too long. We're going to make a part 2. We're going to spend down our resources, and then we're going to migrate. That's going to be in the second video. Hope y'all enjoy this. If you did, please do like and subscribe. We always review new patches when they come out. There's, of course, more stuff in this patch. Fun stuff to talk about, but we saw some of these things and thought, hey, these are kind of cool. They're kind of cool. They're worth talking about. If anybody figured out where the commander videos are, I don't know where those are. They got these sweet little castle icons on your garrison commanders now, which I actually think is an A+. That, like, if you've accidentally set your garrison commanders incorrectly, you can go and you can fix that. Public service announcement, if it's been a while since you looked at this commander screen, make sure that you got those set up correctly, because this is an old screen, but easy to forget about. Yeah, cool. All right, like, subscribe. See you later, my friends. You have fun smashing the kingdom.